Most house flippers who are trying to build an audience are spending hours every week watching other investors and $0 a day building their own. The ones ahead of them figured something out, and it costs less than a cup of coffee to do the same thing. I'm going to show you exactly what they figured out. Give me the next few minutes and I'll walk through the exact $5 a day ad system that builds a membership audience on Facebook and YouTube while investors are managing their flips. This is running while you're at the job site or literally doing anything else. I built an ads training workshop that walks through the system step by step, from the first campaign to the first conversation with a potential member. Drop ads in the comment and I'll send it. My name is Sandra. I'm the founder of the Real Estate Growth Program, where we help house flippers launch their first ad for $5 a day and start their first membership conversation within 30 days, or investors go from zero online presence to growing membership audience using nothing but Facebook and YouTube targeting. Every video that I present is going to give you one thing that you can implement immediately. Here's what's happening while flippers are waiting to feel ready to run ads. The investors that they are watching every week, the ones who are growing their audience, they have active members, the recurring income. They didn't start running ads because they were ready. They started because they made a decision to. A $5 a day decision. And while they were learning what worked, the algorithm was doing the targeting for them. Their audience grew while they slept, while they ran their flip, while they did other things flippers are doing right now, except their ads were running in the background the entire time. So what does the flipper who wants to build an audience do while they're waiting to run ads? They normally post organically, they share updates on the flip, they engage in Facebook groups, they show up on Instagram when they remember to. They tell themselves they're building momentum. And they are, maybe, but it's slow. Organic content works, but organic content compounds at the speed of consistency. And consistency is the first thing that disappears when a flip gets complicated. The other thing they do is research. They watch videos about ads. They read about targeting. They take notes on campaigns they're not running. They're gathering information for a decision they haven't made. And every week they spend gathering is another week the investor who made the decision is pulling ahead of them. Here's the problem with waiting until they're ready. Ready is not a moment that arrives. It's a story they tell themselves while the gap between them and the other investors are pulling ahead of them quietly grows. Organic posting without ads is like building a house one brick at a time with no tools. They'll get there eventually, but the person who picked up the tools on day one is already on the second floor. The $5 ad system works not because it's expensive enough to matter, but because it's consistent enough to compound. Facebook and YouTube don't need people to be marketing experts. They need a small daily budget and content worth showing. And that's it. They'll find the right person to show that video to. That's the entire mechanism. The platform does the targeting. We just need to show up. Here's the system. I call it the $5 audience builder. It's 3 steps. It turns basically a daily cup of coffee into growing a membership audience on Autopilot. So here's step 1. Create an ad. This is simpler than people think. The ad is not a big production. It's content people are already creating. Maybe a walkthrough, a lesson from a recent flip, an answer to question flippers get asked constantly. Facebook and YouTube don't reward polish. They reward relevance. The right message to the right person at the right moment beats a perfectly produced video aimed at nobody specific every time. The ad training workshop I'm sending walks through exactly what the ad needs to say and how to set it up. No agency, no technical background, no guesswork. Step 2, let Facebook and YouTube do the targeting. This is a step that changes everything for flippers who's been avoiding ads because they assume targeting was complicated. It's not. Tell the platform what the membership is about. Set a $5 a day budget. And then Facebook and YouTube go find the people who look like our ideal member based on the billions of data points we don't have access to and don't even understand. The algorithm is the most powerful targeting tool ever built. Our job is to give it something worth showing. That's it. Step 3 is evaluate and scale. The first 90 days of we're only trying to gain data, not results. Which ad is getting watched? Which one is generating conversations? The answers to those questions are exactly where you put more budget. Don't scale what we hope will work. Scale what the data shows us is already working. A $5 a day ad that's converting becomes a $10 a day ad, then a $20 a day ad. The compounding happens because of the data. So here's the principle underneath the whole system. Ads work not because they're expensive, but because they're consistent. A $5 a day budget running every single day reaches more of the right people than a $500 boost we ran once we remembered to. Consistency compounds, and Facebook and YouTube are built to reward consistency. The longer our ad runs, the more data it collects, the better the platform gets at finding the ideal member. The flipper ahead of us didn't outspend us. They outdecided us. They made the $5 a day decision before they felt ready, and the algorithm rewarded them for showing up while everyone else was still researching. Flippers can build an audience without ads. Organic content works, and it's free. The free path just moves at the speed of the algorithm's goodwill, which is slower and less predictable than a consistent daily budget working for them around the clock. The faster path is a system that's already been tested, so they're not learning what works with their own money, while the investors ahead of them are already on the second floor. Drop ads in the comments and I'll send the ads training workshop, the exact step-by-step system for launching the first $5 a day campaign on Facebook and YouTube. Finding our ideal member and building the audience our membership needs to grow. People can open the workshop today, follow the steps, and have their first ad running before the end of the week. Not next month, not when they feel ready, this week. And here's what changes the moment the ad goes live. They stop being the flipper who's watching other investors, building their audience. They become the investor whose audience is being built quietly, consistently for $5 a day, while they're doing everything else they were already doing. The gap between them and the investors ahead of them didn't happen because they were better. It happened because they made one decision earlier than they did. That decision is available to everyone right now for less than a morning cup of coffee. The people ahead of them figured it out. Now everyone has figured it out. The only question left is whether they're going to keep watching or start building. Thank you so much for taking time to watch this video. I hope you got benefit from it. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you're struggling with. And most importantly, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You do not want to miss the future trainings. I'll see you tomorrow.